what's up everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Yavin-based stream. My name is Endless. I'm going to be right back. I'm still fixing a few settings. I'll go ahead and pipe in the main game, and I'll put some music on, and I'll be right back. Okay. Well, this is pretty amazing. We've got triple Wookiees against Rex Star. Not just any triple Wookiees, we got triple Wookiees with an airspeeder. That is pretty freaking cool. Turn 1 is about to begin, but let's just take a little spin through Captain Needa's list. Rebel Officer, R2-D2, 3 Rebel Troopers, kind of standard core for these lists, and then 3 units of Wookiee Warriors, 2 with offensive push, 1 without, no tenacity to be seen. Then also 2 airspeeders, both with uplinks, and 1 with Wedge Antilles. Yeah, and between this stream and Zodiac, who is streaming also, we've got 6 Wookiees and Chewbacca, so we got a ton of Wookiee lists out there. I heard something pop in the game. Trying to tell players they can then get started here. The objective today is sabotage the moisture evaporators on battle lines. Looks like the players have gone for, well, I guess they can't go for any other deployment but a sort of offset diagonal deployment here. Turning the Tide coming out for Matten immediately, getting orders on his airspeeders so that they can do some damage, and Matten kind of taking a more defensive posture with his We're Not Programmed card. Trying to go last. It is 10 activations to 10 activations, so he does not want to go last against these Wookiees. I'm really curious if Matten can catch Rex here and kill him, or somehow suppress him before he pulls out the Call Me Captain and wrecks these Wookiees. Wookiees are really good against clones. Their shooting is really awesome. But it's not just their shooting, it's also their melee, because they now were errated to have a keyword that lets them use Pierce in melee and also use their aim token in the normal manner. That keyword is called Duelist. So if you spend an aim, you gain Pierce 1, which is pretty good on Wookiees who have a huge dice pool anyway. It's 8 black if you have a full unit, adding a red if you took Tenacity. So we actually see an airspeeder getting underway immediately here. Oh, look at this. Needa's zooming around, trying to find an arc strike. Maybe trying to find R2-D2 with his first airspeeder. Coming around. So he's using this desert tower to his advantage, trying to block himself from being seen. He's actually got R2-D2 in the open from this position. And I think he's going to just try to snipe R2 out immediately. So this is going to be possibly really good for Captain Needa here. Not only can you eliminate R2-D2, you can also go up in activation at the same time. So he's got range 3. R2 should be in the open from here. Although they could argue that that's got heavy cover. I'm not sure though. Yeah, Matten's going to argue that he's got heavy cover from the tower flange there. I'm not sure what they're going to rule here. Actually, turn 1, we fix it. All right, in goes the airspeeder for 3 critical hits, and they're actually saying it is open. And R2-D2 saving 3. What a big save from R2, getting greater than 50%. And taking 2 wounds, which I'm sure that he will repair immediately. So Matten rolling the big white dice there to keep R2-D2 alive. Even getting 2 saves here is above average, but 3, that is definitely unexpected. So let's take a look at what Matten is. I keep calling him Madden, like John Madden from the freaking video games and the sports casting. Matten with a T, double T, not Madden with a double D. Well, the issue with that Judo Killy is that he can't actually see the second sniper mini, so even if he does shoot a sniper and it dies, he's not going to eliminate a full activation. So we see that Matten going first with his clone commander, taking aim bolster, getting a bunch of surges and aims out. The second speeder now coming in from the opposite side. Is he going to shoot R2 with the second speeder as well? Well, he can't because inconspicuous. So he cannot shoot R2 because of inconspicuous. The entire clone ball is going to be in his way, so he's going to have to maybe rethink his maneuver here. Basically, he's hanging this T-47s out as a threat to convince Matten to waste shots into them while the Wookiees make their way towards the enemy lines. And his own R2-D2 can score secret mission as well. Yeah, no problem, Judo Killy. I'm happy to do it. I'm going to be streaming at 8 o'clock tonight as well. Dixon versus Orchimedes is being played tonight. And shout outs to everybody else in the chat who's joined. Dutch Life and John Solo. Night Goblin, Tumnus the Fawn, The Major, and Lord of Paper Towel, and Slim Miles. Welcome to the stream. Alright, we see he's got vision on 2 arc minis, so he's going to go after the arc troopers. They have plenty of surges. And a disappointing shot there, only 2 critical hits. However, 11% chance to double blank this for Matten, but he is so far away from a double blank. Block and surge, and spends 1, takes no damage to this initial airspeeder attack. Not going exactly as planned, but that should be okay. Basically, Matten is relying on Rex and ARC troopers to deal with armor. But yeah, it is hanging both airspeeders out there in kind of a vulnerable manner. Rex is activating now. The thing is, though, Rex can actually get a fire support from one of these clones, and Rex will add his critical surge to that fire support. So this is going to be problems maybe for this Needa airspeeder here. And Rex can even gunslinger these both, and I don't think he can fire support more than one, but he does. He will have gunslinger. Let's see what he decides to do. He'll probably shoot this one, and then sling fire support. Yeah, he flips a phase 2 down. That is gonna be spicy. Yeah, so he's actually gonna go with the fire support first. Green is too far away from this airspeeder, so he's gonna have to go to the other one. Is 5s close enough? Maybe. Alright, he's going to settle for just the Rex shot. It is a singular crit. Going to save that aim for that fire support pool, undoubtedly. Scores a wound. Nice. We will start some betting. Hold on. Thanks. Morning, JD. Morning, Imperial Sympathizer. Welcome. And Farce Returns, welcome as well. Octobear. Welcome back. Kokozula. What's up? Okay, so Rex fire supports on the airspeeder. Surge to crit. Oh no! Look at that pool! There's no crits! No, there's only one crit and no pierce, but aims are being spent. Okay, make it 2, but you can still save one, so... Oh, need a double blanking though. A couple wounds on an airspeeder for 2 activations. The armor bait has seemingly worked here. Although arc snipers have yet to go, so they can still shoot their full pools at these airspeeders, and R2 is really far away. So, you know, these airspeeders could die, or this tan one especially is vulnerable. That's the one with just an uplink. The wedge speeder is on the wing here. Basically, Needa has to get his Wookiees into position to charge. Use this time that the clones are focusing on the airspeeder to move his Wookiees into place so they can get in on the fight as well next round. But this is kind of how these Wookiee lists work. It's just a big distraction play while the Wookiees get in place to mow you down. Yeah, so one moment, let me get the panel up and I can get the betting rolling here. Do. Yeah, the blocking, I was hoping they would block one, but unfortunately didn't get it. Oh yeah, Tyron's Wookiees are nasty. Like it's because of the fire supports, right? He's just like crazy about the fire support off of his Mark IIs. Clone shot, getting 1 crit. Yeah, Neeta's got to start rolling some saves here. Nope, another blank. 0 for 3. We can guarantee that the Wookiees are going to engage next turn, though. Alright, got that prediction rolling so you can wager your channel points. And let me actually take some time to fix the sound alerts while we're here. Basically, just waiting for the arcs to go, and I anticipate this airspeeder is probably going to get chipped down. It does have 4 wounds left. There are 3 arc troopers. Matten basically just looking for any lucky crits. So this is 5 squad. He gets 1. about expected on a 7-die pool. Maybe a little higher. And he gets a block. Nice. Okay, so if Needa can just keep rolling blocks, he'll accomplish his goal of threat saturation here. And the Wookiees will come in and start piercing. And that will be bad news for the clones. I think I gotta give props to Needa here. He did a setup where Clankers really wasn't gonna do anything. So that was very nicely set up by him. I know, right? Just roll blocks. Oh, totally agree. They really should. He really should only do VAPs with the troopers. He should just get all of his stuff in the mix and start killing. Okay, so this is going to be Echo in a phase 2. Getting a couple natties there. Rerolling for some more. Echo got that crit surge going too. I wonder if he has an aim for lethal here. If he has an aim for lethal, this could be super bad for the airspeeder. I think he spent all of his aims. And the airspeeder is going to roll a full blank. So 6 wounds. I think this airspeeder might be done. Like, I think these 2 ARC troopers or 3 ARC troopers are going to finish it off. This was a pretty unfortunate move. I think Needa probably forgot about Inconspicuous. But that's you know, that happens. This could be a fast game. Okay, we're gonna add that R2D2 scream in case R2D2 does end up dying. And we'll probably add Call Me Captain back into the mix, huh? I'll get that rolling here. Yeah, so this is all clone shooting. Like, basically, Matten put his airspeeder in a position where his entire enemy army just gets free shots. And, like, none of this damage is going to get answered. But the good news is that arc sniper did not get any crits. So this airspeeder may yet live to shoot again. Right, and like having a 1 pip is going to be pretty tough for Matten here next turn because Matten is probably trying to save his Blast Off for the moment that he needs it. Actually, let's check if Matten is running Blast Off. I wonder, he probably is. Such a good card, Blast Off. You just never want to leave home without it. Okay, that's the Wookiee list. So Needa is running Blast Off. This is the Matten list. He is also running Blast Off. Okay, so that Arc Sniper, I'm sorry I missed the pull from the board. That Arc Sniper team did move, shot with their full shot, got 2 crits, and likely lethal that last wound down. So that Airspeeder is a goner. T-47 off the board. So that's instantly going to put Needa 140 points down. The map is available in a map pack for... Yeah, exactly. Imperial Sympathizer has it in chat, Kokozula. If you look for IL Season 6 in the Tabletop Simulator Workshop, all of the maps we use this season are in there as like saved objects, and you can just load them into the Legion mod. This map is a pretty good one. It's a little bit light on cover, but I'm kind of okay with that. Although I shouldn't say that, it's got some decent line of sight blockers. This is it's a pretty accurate representation of a real table. And yeah, even with losing that airspeeder, the Wookiees are actually super close. Like, how useful is Take That Clankers going to be now? The entire Wookiee ball has moved within to like range 2. So Clankers is basically just a push at this point. So sacrificing that airspeeder did get something done. And this last Arc Sniper, not quite finding a crit yet. Gets to reroll 3 times because of shared aim tokens. And that's actually going to take us into the end of the first turn. Neither player is shy on clock time. This was a fast turn. I think both players burned only 10 minutes per side on their first round. And turn 2 coming immediately here. Sabotage communications into Blast Off. Wow. So Blast Off coming right away. Matten looking for that first, but he does not get it. He loses the roll off, and Sabcom's whiffs completely. So that was not a great, basically Needa just getting hosed on his decision making here, unfortunately. I think he was expecting Clankers, and that's why he threw Sabcoms. But Matten basically saying, yeah, Clankers is kind of useless because you're already so close to me, and I'm not going to move out of my little trench to see you. So I'm just going to play Blast Off, go for the priority. But the Wedge Speeder will get to activate. Right, John, that's a fair point. I think he's only running Sabcoms and Blast Off, so it might have been forced to play that he could burn the uplink on wedge. I actually think in this list you could save a few points by doing long range comms on wedge and not uplink, but I get why he runs double uplink. Actually, he has to run uplink because he can't be targeted by that order. So uplink has to be in the list for wedge. Otherwise, there's no play there. And yeah, Sabcoms is actually bad against the droid in this sort of droid heavy meta. It's actually quite bad. And yeah, a lot of the strength of Tyrone's list is mitigating with Chewbacca. Like every other hit is going to Chewie. Okay, so this airspeeder not going to advance. It's going to shoot. Maybe shoot, pivot away, double move. Gets a full boat there. Nice. Okay, so this one ARC trooper is probably dead. A lot of surges though. Is he in range? So he has 2 surges in range. But it'll still be 1 wound. Okay. So he spends 2 surges to keep the unit from being fully wiped out. And the wedge speeder gonna pivot away. You know, I think this list would be fantastic, personally, if you drop 1 airspeeder for if you drop 1 airspeeder and take like Cassian. I think you can run triple Wookiees and 1 airspeeder. Oh, did he spend 3? He must have. Okay. Wild. So he was able to spend 3 and keep this ARC Trooper alive. And yeah, Echo Phase 2 actually generates 2 surges, which is pretty nasty. But Needa is going to go ahead and park his airspeeder behind this cliff. Just see if he can get some cover from the terrain. Well, yeah, if you hit with everything at once, you can go in there. I'm personally not a fan of like full-blown skews. My version of this list runs an airspeeder and just 2 Wookiees, but it also runs Cassian and K2. And it runs a sniper and it runs like fleets. It's a different sort of list. It's a little more MSU rather than just 5 big threats all attacking at once.
The name's Rex. But you'll call me Captain or Sir.
That is a fitting sound alert because Call Me Captain is going to be huge in this game. Green Phase 2 is dodging and shooting and getting the 2 crits into the wedge speeder. And the wedge speeder gets a block, so it'll take a wound. I really think that Needa overextended with both of his speeders. I know what he was trying to do. He's like, well, if I can snipe R2, I'll get an activation lead. But it's just too aggressive. I think if the speeders had held back and then everything had kind of crept forward. But I don't know though. Maybe Matten would have played Clankers then and shot the air speeders anyway. So hard to say. We do know though that secret mission is almost certainly happening for Matten, or sorry, for Needa in this game because this R2D2 is zipping up here. Now Rex Ark's moving into position here. Shooting at the back of the airspeeder. Gets the crit, but no lethal as far as I can tell. So a chance to block it here. And he does. So Wedge, a little bit better at flying the speeder than your bog standard pilot, guaranteed. Able to roll a couple blocks there and keep himself at least alive for now. Wookiees now coming in. Wookiees time to start shooting if they can, I think. Yeah, they can probably get... I think if they scale up, they might get a range 2. Yeah, if they scale up, they're going to get a range 2 shot. Yeah, the Wookiees have to engage now to keep Wedge alive. I'm noticing a trend with these Vaporator games now, especially when people play aggressive lists on them. They usually don't even bother with their nearer Vap until like turn 4. I used to be of the theory that like you need to do your Vaps as soon as possible. But I think if you can maneuver it so that you don't get punished for that, it's not a hard and fast rule. Because I used to be like, okay, I'm always going to dedicate 2 units on the first turn to doing my Evaporators because I want to get them done ASAP so I can shove actions forward. That's not necessarily the case. Because like, let's say you engage and you have a Wookiee unit that's down to like 1 miniature. Well, it could retreat and just do the Evaporator. That way, it's not just being useless. But it makes a certain kind of sense, right? Like, why would you spend the actions of a fully healthy unit to do an objective that a wounded unit could be doing later in the game? Yeah, wow. So actually, Needa decided not to engage. He's holding back another turn, which I do not agree with at all. That's a fair point, sympathizer. Officer is back here. Yeah, the officers should probably do that, but the officers' dodges are going to be super useful in keeping these Wookiees around longer. Like every dodge in a Wookiee, like think of the value there. It's making up for their lack of save, so every dodge essentially converts to an extra health. All right, so green not going to make the jump just yet. I think what Needa's waiting for here. He's probably saying, okay, I could get some shots here, but what I really want to do is I want to scale up with O push and stay in heavy cover on top of the building. That way, I'm guaranteed heavy cover at range 2. And if I want to charge, I can probably scale down afterward. More arcs continuing to put pew pew into the speeder. That should be a piercing crit right there. Third wound on the wedge airspeeder. Right, that's the other struggle. If he loses that second airspeeder now, he's going to be down 2 activations, and that's really not a good place to be when you're in a melee skew. That was one of the reasons Tauntauns were so powerful, was because you could do 12 activation triple Tauntauns. Ooh, these phase 1s are going to have a shot on the yellow Wookiees now. It's just a phase 1 Z6. Man, I think I've fallen back in love with the phase 1. The phase 1, like now that the officer exists with strict orders and direct and bolster, like phase 1s are actually not that much worse than phase 2s. Right, phase 1s can see the Wookiee leader. They can see they can basically see the entire unit thanks to this clone here. Oh, that's actually a phase 1 specialist. Whoa, okay. So you have not only do you now have 5 black dice, I'm pretty sure that this specialist is going to pop an aim token. Or maybe he'll save it for Clankers. But yeah, like the phase 1 Z6 specialist is definitely something I'm starting to look at. It for the purposes of Clankers, it does the same thing as a phase 2, only it does it with 1 extra die for cheaper. So it's actually only 89 points to run a phase 1 Z6 specialist. And offensively, it's really not that much worse than a phase 2. It's actually better than a phase 2 if you think of that extra dice. So yeah, this unit right here, minus the recon intel, super interesting to me. And once the specialist is exhausted, it's insane on fire support duty because it's adding 11 dice. Okay, I believe that was an indomitable rally roll that failed there for Needa, and actually Needa lost a Wookiee to that specialist shot. Was able to push, I believe, with the surge token being spent, 4 through cover. Oh, you're good, Major. No worries. Alright, yellow Wookiees now trying to move to safety. Kind of sucks to lose a model like that, but that's the beauty of a specialist, is that you're able to move and shoot with an aim. Just one airspeeder is dead. The red airspeeder here, which is Wedge, is on 3 wounds taken. Basically, Needa saw a chance to one-shot R2D2, and R2 rolled 3 out of 5. So that literally blew up in his face. I don't know what it is with R2D2s in this league, man. They're rolling like double over average. Just rolling crazy. Yeah, I mean that happens, right? You see an opportunity, you get blood in your eyes, hoping for the best, and then it just doesn't work out. Yeah, precisely. And like the net result has been Matten shoots airspeeder all game and kills them. That's kind of been the net result. Alright, looking into that crit there. And okay, Wedge though has been blocking like a champ. It's because he's Wedge. Clearly. So that's that plot armor, man. This guy's got like any ship he flies, he can put 2 Death Star kill marks on it. Like that's pretty badass. I mean, technically Luke got the kill mark for the first Death Star, but Wedge was pretty instrumental in making it happen. All right, Rex going for it now. No units left to do the critical fire support trick, so Rex is just gonna hop down and go after the airspeeder himself. All right, Rex with 1 aim here gets 1 crit. And saving his aim for follow-up shots from maybe another clone unit. I think maybe the green clones. Whatever clone unit here hasn't activated, he might actually be saving it for Echo. Because this is an Echo phase 2. And so the Echo phase 2 probably is going to aim shoot and then pull Rex's aim for lethal. Right, it's weird. Like the R2D2s cancel each other, and then you're kind of right back into the old problem, which is I'm not blue on Vaps. So Matten had to be the one to attack. There was no question. Okay, so this is Echo P2. He has a lethal crit available. He'll probably spend an aim, see if he can generate some more. There's 2 crits. He can spend Rex's aim for lethal, I think. Double block from Needa, though, but the Pierce is going to make that 4th wound happen, whether he likes it or not. And then Matten blasting off with R2, but yeah, the speeder it's making saves. I don't think, yeah, I think because of this great save streak, this wedge airspeeder is going to live. R2 did have to drop blast off this turn, so he will not have his disengage keyword later in the game if that becomes an issue. I don't think it will. R2 is so far away from enemy units that could actually screw him up. I'm seeing this game and I'm like, man, I should just play buzzer wedge, because why not? Alright, it's actually round 3. Sorry, let me update the turn counter. Okay, so air support versus the Rebel blast off. So Rex, interesting. Rex air support. What's he gonna hit? Like I understand R2 blast off here because Wedge can uplink. Oh, you know, he might be. Oh, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna jump this way and beam the Wookiees here. Because he has the jetpack, right? So he can like jump up here. The problem is gonna be range 4. Because back here he can't see any Wookiees. But up here he can. Okay, Wedge actually turning around with the pivot. Oh, he's going for it again. Let's see you save this time, you little droid. Getting 4 there. That's enough to kill R2 if he blanks. Trying it again. Oh, R2's down. Wedge completes his goal of finishing off that stupid little Astro droid. No, he recovered. He moved and recovered. He like shot. I think he shot, recover, moved. Yeah. So Matten's R2D2 is history. So, oh man. Okay, so now the shoe is on the other foot immediately. That could be the game winner right there, killing that R2D2. Holy. Yeah, so now Matten's gonna have to find a way to shift over and subvert this this line of sight blocker. And up goes Rex, jumping up here, getting the air support going. I don't know if he can see purple. He's also too close to green for air support to work. He actually can't. He cannot walk the beam in towards green because he's too close. So he would have to jump to this part. Maybe he could see like a silhouette and a silhouette. Yeah, he could also double move around the pillar down to here. Yeah, he's like trying to jump. Does he have O push? No, he doesn't. Yeah, so he's gonna double move. He's still too close. Oh, maybe he's trying to see the orange trooper and then beam across, but I think the yellow Wookiee is too far from the orange Wookiee. They're 11 are still alive. They took 4 wounds from a Z6 specialist phase 1, but they're alive. I think the biggest recent news in this game is that the R2 of Matten has been killed by a wedge airspeeder. And Wedge has actually parked himself in a pretty decent position behind this building. Yeah, the Wookiees are on defense now, which is very relevant. Alright, so Rex... Oh, Rex almost had it. He was trying to stand on that little pillar to keep range 4. I think he's got it now. Oh man, that is so close. No, it's 3 still. It's like he's trying to find the exact spot where Rex can balance for the range 4. There it is. Okay. So that's going to be the air support chain on the Wookiees. Oh, yeah. They're currently on no, Matt, they're on the right clock. Matten is blue. They're on the right clock. Can he even see orange from there? Oh, he can see orange, but he probably can't see purple. I think that's what he's trying to figure out right now. Yeah, so he can beam this, but it's only going to go on 2 of the Wookiees. You're all good, Danny. Normally, I appreciate people who look at that stuff. Because there's people in the chat catch things I don't catch. So, anyway, here's Rex onto some Wookiees. Gets a crit to start. This is the air support beam. The LAAT flying in overhead, dropping that big green laser on the battlefield. Gets 1 wound on the green Wookiees, and beaming back to the yellow ones. Gets a bunch more, and he'll just leave it. So these Wookiees are going to have to roll 2 against this. Might lose another model here. And they will. They roll double surge, but it's not going to do anything because they are Wookiees. So that another Wookiee warrior falls, slain by the air support laser. Yeah, that's what you get when you play Wookiees. But R2 is blasting off to victory. He's actually going to go into the landing bay and hide right back here. There's literally no way that Matten can do anything about this R2 that's going to hide over here. This is like the ultimate R2 hiding spot. Is this wall back here? Okay, ARC Troopers going after Wedge again. They haven't been very successful so far. Although they do have one lethal crit there, so that will put Wedge into the damage zone. He's going to take that resilience test. So the reason R2 is hiding Kokozula is because he doesn't want either ARC troopers or a Rex take that Clankers to kill him because he's worth a victory point when he enters the enemy deployment zone. Basically, if Needa can hold on to his Vaporators, he just wins the game automatically because Secret Mission is a thing. And also with R2 in the backfield like this, Needa cannot get tabled. It's just not possible. So lots of good reasons for R2 to hide. Okay, Green Wook's rally. Are they going to go in? It's a little bit early. They're going to dodge and then take a standby. Wow. Okay, yeah. So Needa is shifting immediately. He's now all in on defense. He's like, okay, Matten, you want my Vaps? You got to get in charge range. Yeah, R2 has very nearly scored. He's he'll be in by next turn. Turn 4 is next turn. So they're already like almost halfway through the game and it's only been an hour. And yeah, Battle Lines it's like one of the best R2 deployments because you have such a wide battlefield. Yeah, like there's no way that Matten can get to R2, like even with the Clankers. Right, and it's also like you say, John Solo, it's good for the airspeeder as well because you get longer flanks. I'm pretty sure that Matten has battle lines in his deck just because he has his own R2. And battle lines is generally good for clankers because you usually start in range. Oh, did I not update it? No, there it is. Deployment battle lines. Yeah, battle lines is also good for hostage as Rex. Just happens to be evaporators, and Needa might pull off the win here. So while these phase twos are angling in, just to review what these players were looking like coming in here, Needa is the top seed at 27, and Matten is the bottom seed at 38. So Matten looks like looking less and less able to pull off the upset. Both players are going to be facing the winner of Stevens versus Doctor Huge in the round of 32. Either whoever wins this game, will be facing one of these players. That's going to be the single elimination matchup coming sometime in the next week. So we have a pause. Okay, there's going to be a judge call. Is there one in the stream? Is there a judge in the stream currently? Probably not. Let me you can poke him in rules hotline though. Okay, I'm gonna let Danny take care of this. Yeah, so they're gonna need an LOS call probably, Danny. Okay, while they take care of this, I'm gonna take a 90-second break. They're basically looking for LOS. Can he see the yellow Wookiee leader silhouette? Is what he's looking at, trying to get up there with his clones. I don't have a very good angle on it, but I don't know. It looks like Ryan is potentially going to take care of it also. Anyway, we're gonna be right back. They're gonna do an LOS call. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. And we're back. Looks like the line of sight call has been conducted. Okay. All right. So it looks like the ruling on the field is no. He could not have seen the unit leader, just the bowcaster. So Matten is going to redirect his shot into the green Wookiees here that have a dodge token and a standby. Or had it, they do have a standby, but it is still out of range too. So heavy cover, big squad here from these yellow clones. Looks like they're borrowing an aim from Rex. I think he may have accidentally rolled that dice. Yeah, turning it down to a surge, which is what it was before it got picked up. Spend a surge and the 2 aim tokens to make it a big shot there. That's actually 8 down to 6. Down to 5 if you spend the dodge. So that's a huge shot on those Wookiees, man. Matten's clones getting the let out today. What a roll. These are phase 1s, mind you. Oh, the Wookiees make a monster save themselves. 2 blocks out of 5 dice. That's pretty nice if you are a Wookiee. So just 1 Wookiee getting eliminated there. That block going a long way. Let's go carpets. Yeah. That is extremely good for the carpets. They've just got to hold on for 3 turns. Needa now back on the clock. An officer and a rebel trooper standing by to fix the VAP. A Wookiee gets pulled. I feel like the purple Wookiee should engage these clones. He shouldn't. He shouldn't chill. He should just try to get some damage done. Though these yellow Wookiees, I don't know if he wants to risk the yellow Wookiees against these clones here. But the yellow clones have moved into a position where they can get charged. But Rex is kind of on like he's up here. So not only did this air support thing that Matten did accomplish the beam shot, it's actually a brilliant position for Rex because Rex is essentially free to air support any Wookiees that charge his line. So Matten's choices really are kind of stay back from Rex and don't get hit by Call Me Captain. Yeah, exactly, Major. Clones are not ahead, Fubar. It's actually favored for Needa at the current juncture because Needa managed to snipe Matten's R2-D2 with a wedge airspeeder. So getting that R2 snipe really shifted the game heavily. Okay, so Needa retreating here. This makes sense. You got to just hang on to your stuff. He's going to retreat with the yellow Wookiees and cause Matten to chase him for the next 3 turns. Needa doing quite well this tournament, I must say. I did practice with him a few times. I played my clones against the same list, this double airspeeder list, and when we did manage to kill off all the Wookiees, we still lost because an airspeeder was able to force the payload forward. Turns out airspeeders are actually pretty good on payload. So like what can Matten do here? I think he has to leave this entrenchment, because really what's allowing Needa to maintain this turtle is that this angle here has not been subverted. So Matten really has to figure out what he can do. But he says he has a shot. Who is it against? Oh, it's against the wedge speeder. So piercing another wound through wedge speeder on 1 health remaining. Yeah, the clones are ahead on points, but they are behind on victory points. That's right. Ideally, Needa would like to turtle and take this to a 5-4 win off secret mission. That's kind of the name of the game. He is conducting himself in a way that would help him do that. Now, here's the rub. Matten is moving to cover this evaporator here that does not have another wound token on it. And Needa decided to dodge up. I think he's going to try to get... He might have to sacrifice one of these Rebel Trooper units, though. Yeah, so actually, I think we see Matten moving into position for Clankers, because you see the range 4 bands are now starting to overlap this evaporator. So I think Clankers is probably going to get played next turn, if I had to guess. Just so much aim tech. Like that's the beauty of Rex lists with clone upgrades like this, is you just get so many accurate shots. Because that's really what Matten's running here. He's running a quadruple TTC list because he's got 2 specialists and 2 phase 2s with O-push. He's also able to run this list with a 15-point bid, which is pretty substantial. And that last arc shot is going to kill the wedge speeder. So wedge is down. Both air speeders are out of the picture. Godspeed, brave airmen of the Rebel Alliance. Yeah, Steven. R2 is long gone. So I think Matten's way out now is just attack this evaporator here. We're about 4 activations or so from the end of the round. 5's moving up, kind of dark, this black base. Moving up and pushing his cohesion out so that his miniatures can see these green Wookiees, continuing to shoot them, seeing if he can reduce their numbers before they engage. But they can't even engage though because they'll just get snapped off by Calming Captain. Yeah, it's almost like the victory arrived too early in a way. Because now you have to survive 4 turns of clone shooting, or I guess 3.5 turns of clone shooting, and some of that is still going to be take that clankers. But actually, if you look at the board here, so Matten can probably full repair his VAPs, and if this VAP is untouched, it'll go to a points tie, and then it'll go to kill points, and of course, Matten is miles ahead on kill points. Only R2 has been lost. No other clone units have even been wounded. So there's no damage to this army apart from the dead R2D2. Right, and that's what Needa is hoping for. And that's what I mean. Like Matten just has to dip down and get and sort of unseat these Wookiees, because if these Wookiees stay here all game, there's really no chance of Matten ever getting to the evaporator. So Matten trying to stuff this cohesion. This cohesion is as cleanly as he can, as tight as he can. Trying to get as many clones to see down the field. He's got everybody but 5s. I feel anyway. I know he does have 5s as well. Holy moly. What a big shot by Matten there. Okay, apparently 5s could see that tiny fraction of silhouette right there. That pixel. And those green Wookiees are in for 5 wounds. That's actually going to be the bowcaster and that second Wookiee. Just the leader remaining for unit number 7. So Wookiees are getting felled here like trees. Some deforestation here is occurring. Deforestation? I don't know.
My lord, is that legal?
I will make it legal.
I did beat you to it, John. I'll stop taking the fun away from the audience. I mean, the sound alerts are fun for me too, man. There you go, exactly. Alright, so actually these purple Wookiees have had enough. They've had enough of watching their brothers get felled by the clones that were supposed to be their allies. Now he's maybe shooting back. He's got range too. And I don't think these clones have any surges in range. So these clones are actually pretty vulnerable. This could be damage on 5s very easily here. The purple Wookiees are even going to O-push. So we're looking for some big Wookiee dice here, and they should have these clones in the open. Oh boy, this could be bad for Matten. And not the greatest result there, but they'll still get to reroll 2 black with Surge, so it could be bad. Gets the double convert for 5 into the Phase 1 clones. And Matten is going to lose 5 clones. I don't think he's got Surges in range. So that should be 5's entire squad wiped out by Wookiee pistols and a bowcaster. Some good shooting from those Wookiees there. Very nice. A great result for Needa, taking the pressure off. Finally found a lane for the Wookiees to attack into. Punishing Matten's aggression here very nicely. It's a nice ending to turn 3 here for sure, but more clones are on their way. Matten's got more where that came from. He's actually going to continue moving. Because now that the purple leader moved out, they've exposed that Wookiee to being shot. That's... Someone called the furniture store and told them they have some carpets they need to pick up. That's not bad. I see you. Alright, in goes green. They have 5's aim still to spend. Oh my gosh, big shots from Matten. 2 crits and 3 hits. Should have a 3 surges from Echo. Oh my gosh, he might as well spend those if he can see more than just the one. Oh yeah, he has vision. He should spend all that. These Wookiees got to take everything I got. All right, here comes 6 saves for the Wookiees, and they save none of it. So 2 Wookiees are being killed by the counterattack from the green Phase 2 unit. These clones, both these players' miniatures know the stakes are high. Tournament life. They want to win bad, both of them. The air is electric. Rebel troopers are going to get in on the act as well. Potentially. They got 5's in light cover. They might be able to remove him from the battle. However, a surge did travel with the green Phase 2s, so now everybody has access to 1 surge over here. Oh, he realizes that this evaporator is unwounded, so he's going to wisely spend the activation of these troopers to finish it. I think that is the right call. Getting your rebel troopers in there to make the victory point play. Definitely not worth shooting 4 black with no surge into light cover, backed by a surge tokens on defense. It's just not a good probability of success there. So he's going to take the bird in the hand, so to speak, get that victory point. Well, the rebels finally inflicted some damage against the clones, but the Wookiee numbers are starting to get low. There's only there's only 6 Wookiee models left on the board, where they had 12 to begin with, and there's still 3 turns left of clone shooting. So it is going to be an onslaught. Matten could still push through to win the game, but the tar pit is starting to thin out. It's just hard for these Wookiees to hide behind this building. I mean, they have to move like back here even, but even if they try to move back here, they could be seen by the purple ARC troopers even. So this is an Echo Phase 2 into the green Wookiee leader? No, into purple. It must have misclicked. That's still going to be 3 criticals so far. Oof, man. Aimed Echo in a Phase 2 is just filth. It's filth. Putting 4 through cover. And 4 wounds. That green Wookiee is going to be... Or no, that purple Wookiee is going to lose 2 models from that really excellent hit from Phase 2. There are just so many aim tokens in this list. Holy crap. Between O pushes and specialists and... Oh, man. Just brutal. How many R2s are surviving? So the rebels did manage to snipe Matten's R2 in exchange for 2 airspeeders. And this is the rebel R2 is super safe. So Needa is trying to hold on to all 4 of his VAP wounds. He's fast running out of bodies to do that with. And this is now just the start of turn 4. He's got to survive 3 rounds without losing any of his objective points. And that is going to be pretty hard to do. Take that, Clankers coming out. We knew it was coming eventually. Here it is. Big priority roll here. And Needa will actually take it, so that's some relief. We might be able to save one of these Wookiees from death. Yeah, so that's kind of the problem, is going in at the top of 1 with the speeders was very aggressive. Alright, so Indomitable coming here for Needa. This Wookiee fleeing to safety behind some cliffs. So apparently... Oh, what am I reading? Is anyone also following the Tyrone game while this is going on? Is that game still going on? By the way, Phase 2 is finding those rebel troopers that move to tag the Evaporator. Oh shoot! Oh my gosh! He got DQ'd? That's for real though. Like I thought that was just like made up, but wow. Tyrone got Dairy Queened. Oh my goodness. Apparently, yeah, watching a stream of your own game is a big no-no. All right, so huge shots into rebel troopers resulting in a few kills. Just a few, you know, killing off two there. That must have been a pretty monster save though, because that was at least 4 through cover. Okay, Wookiees are actually going into Tar Pit here. He's getting a charge off. And going into the engaged green core. Trying to make sure they freeze. But this is actually bad, because this could pull the unit leader closer. Yeah, so, yeah, that happened. Alright, so Green Wookiee now moving in, taking the offensive push. Oh, he's going to go ahead and charge the green leader. Okay, he's got the movement range. Yeah, so a smart thing to go into the leader so the leader doesn't get pulled into the melee and teleport forward. Let's see if this Wookiee can kill a couple clones here. No tenacity means it's only going to throw 2 dice. Oh, he should have spent for oh no. Okay, so he did spend and it only got 1, unfortunately. Now, does Echo have range to move in and punch this Wookiee down? It is possible. I bet, okay, I bet you this yellow phase 1, if it's not in difficult terrain, has a move punch. No, it's in difficult terrain. So if he wants to move punch, he'll have to do it with Echo. But this is the Clanker's turn, so he doesn't want to risk... he doesn't want to waste Clanker units on that, so he's going to just move forward, continue shooting Rebel Troopers, just cleanse this Evaporator of all the Rebels. Yeah, Duelist is pretty insane, admittedly. Another big shot from Matten. Matten with the good dice on all of his clone rolls so far. Plus the aim's making things even better. That is going to wipe out that orange trooper squad. Alright, so Needa down to 2 injured Wookiees, a rebel officer, and 2 rebel trooper units. As well as 1 Wookiee trying to hold back the clone tide. Wow, it has been a spicy day in the Legion world. Apparently now there was like some idiot on TLD saying making ableist comments who got instantly banned. Man, what is it today? No need to insult judges. No need for that. There's no need for that crap. It's just ridiculous. So I'm just reading. I just read this stuff and it's just crazy. No need for any of this. It's a game. It's only a game. Why you have to be mad? You know that meme? Basically sums up my feelings on the issue. Legion Discord. That's where it's going down. Sorry, I'm getting distracted from casting this game by all this other stuff. It's breaking news. It's what it qualifies as is breaking news. All right, so Needa's hope here is that when the clones approach, probably on 5 or 6, that he can prevent them from doing anything. But it's tough. Like he's gonna have to pounce, but he's out of 1 pips to pounce with. And Rex still has Call Me Captain in the bag. Or sorry, in his hand of command cards. Alright, so R2 is going to move to safety. We kind of knew that was going to happen. But here's the R2 move. Scoring that secret mission point. Making the score 5-4. I mean, that's got to be one of the saltiest Legion moments. I mean, I giggle because salt is funny, but that behavior is disgraceful. I do not condone it. All right, Five's actually going to make his way through the difficult crater. What is he measuring here? Rex jumping off the cliff as well, going down into the mix, getting ready for that Call Me Captain in all probability. Taking a dodge as Fives. Clone officer, or sorry, the rebel officer just going to go ahead and pass a dodge and take a standby. Basically, this is the waiting game now for Needa. He's trying to just run out the clock, essentially, or run out the timer. 2 more rounds after this. Clones need to get at least 1 wound token off this Vaporator if they expect to win the game. Needa is severely behind on points, having lost half of his army, essentially, while only having dealt a total of 9 wounds this game. Actually, 11 if you count R2 repairing himself. Okay. So the clone officer finishing off the Vaporator. Matten just finishing his Vaps this turn, running everything forward. He should have enough activations to overwhelm here, but it's going to come down to just a tactical thing. It's going to be what tactic can you employ as a Needa to stop this from happening. A lot of that's going to depend on activation order and the final position of things. Also, when the orders come up, he still have Assault. Yeah, he still has Assault, so he should have perfect order control over the pieces that really matter, like the Wookiees. He has Assault, and then he should have Covering Fire. Covering Fire might not be a bad choice, actually, on this next turn. Should be able to generate a couple of dodges. Plus, like, if you play Covering Fire, you'll get most things out of the pool, but you really don't want to draw into Wookiees first. I don't know, maybe he plays Covering Fire this turn and then Assault last turn. They're not great cards for the situation generally. Hey, what's up, Roll High? How you doing, Timbo? This game, wow, this game is wild. It's really just, oh yeah, Smokescreen. Wow, okay. So R2 Smokescreen gonna come out here. It's gonna come down to whether Matten can take a wound off this Evaporator, since his R2 is dead and the Rebel R2 is safe. And it's turn 5, so Needa just has to hold on for 2 more turns and he'll win. It's all going to come down to how successfully he can tar pit the clones that are on his Evaporator. The struggle is that Rex is going to play CMC on turn 6 and just blow everything away, probably. Whoa, what's up? Hey, thanks for coming in, Zodiac. What's up, everybody? Who just, I heard some things happened. I heard many things happened. Yes, welcome other viewers. I think I need to pull up Zodiac's chat to chat with those folks. Hosting is weird. It kind of splits the chat into 2 segments. So just for those of you who are just joining us, let me catch everybody up on what's going on in the game. We're on turn 5. The T-47s sniped R2. Wow, that Wookiee makes a big save against the punching from those clones and stays alive. That is wild. That Wookiee making the double block and keeping that green activation pin, that's actually pretty massive. Rebel Officer activating now, going to throw a dodge on some more Wookiees. Probably dodge, take cover. Basically, what it comes down to is this Evaporator here in the middle of your screen. The clones have to pull 1 wound off it to win the game. And Captain Needa, the Rebel player, is going to try to stop that from happening. He lost half his army, almost more than half at this point, but his R2 was able to successfully enter the enemy deployment zone. So all Needa has to do, the red player, is hold out until turn 6 and keep all of his wounds on his Evaporators, and he wins via secret mission. Meanwhile, Matten has to just pull 1 wound off this Evaporator. It'll go 4-4 and be a points tie, which the clones will absolutely dominate because the clones have only lost R2-D2 in this entire match. So it all comes down to the wounds on this Evaporator right here and whether the game will end with 1 wound or 0 wounds on it. Hey, what's up, Doc Velo? Turn 6 crits. Zodiac, thank you for the raid, man. Welcome. Yeah, for real, that is gonna be. It would be pretty upsetting to have your tournament run cut off at the knees by an R2 secret mission after losing your own secret mission. That would be a pretty bitter way to go out. This Wookiee, yeah, this Wookiee shouldn't charge. He should withdraw into another melee. Can he withdraw into fives? Maybe he's withdrawing into yellow to pull this unit leader back potentially. I don't know if he can get to red. I don't think it's possible for him to get to red. It's kind of blocked off by yellow. I almost wonder if he should just stay where he is. Okay, he's going to withdraw into yellow. So withdrawing and starting another melee, and yellow will get pulled backward. Sorry, Deco. I realized that I didn't properly throw my my notifications up. My apologies. I was kind of behind starting on the game. Turned the stream on and the bot wasn't even updated. Alright, so the Wookiees do get finished off by yellow punching, and they'll continue their march to the Evaporator. Yeah, it does put them in difficult terrain. Yeah, this is kind of a rare situation where one player, you know, they're basically the only reason they're still in the game is because secret mission is a thing. It's sort of like the game is really one-sided, but secret mission is just like so good that you can basically lose horribly, in the straight up battle, but still just win the game. It's really especially happens on secret mission and battle lines because battle line is such a wide deployment, right? So you put your R2 in a place where no one can get to it, such as here, and especially on this map of all maps, because this landing bay wall basically is R2's house. He lives here. All right, yellow rebel troopers are dodging and taking a standby. Just going to continue to wait for the clones to approach. Clones likely going to bring out the Call Me Captain on turn 6. Matten continuing to move his clones closer to the objective, trying his best not to get caught by countercharging Wookiees as he approaches. Wookiees are still able to activate. And the Wookiees can still, there's still enough of them to be dangerous. They can still remove things. This clone commander double moves. That might be bait. He might be baiting Needa into charging. Because this red clone squad could actually come up behind. And if these Wookiees kill off the clone commander, that could be bad news. And Needa's like, okay, you want to give me a charge target? I'll just take it. I cannot get in with red in that position. They're too close to the barricade. So he'll just go into the clone commander here. Clone commander's no slouch in melee. They have 2 red dice. Like, tenacity clone commanders are actually somewhat threatening in melee. Rex does have a jetpack. He can move to a position where he might be safe from the charge of the Wookiees to keep him out of melee, keep his fire support rolling. Clone Commander gets charged by the golden Wookiees, takes a wound there. Cad is a blast to play, and I'm sad people don't play him more. And that's fair, Night Goblin, right? Like, Clone Commanders are probably some of the easiest bounty targets because they don't usually hide. They actually go into the middle of the field and try to do stuff. And that makes them really good bounty targets. Now, Purple Wookiee likely able to join its brother Wookiees, but he's declined to charge. He's going to take a dodge standby there. I mean, I like using Clone Commanders as fire support platforms because of Sharpshooter. Like, you can even put O-Push on a Clone Commander. Like, it's actually pretty amazing. Yeah, Clone Commanders do have that training slot, so I still don't know what to put in it other than O-Push. But even then, like, I probably have other things to spend the points on. Okay, so purple ARC troopers are now double moving. Matten just trying to give himself as many opportunities to score this evaporator as he can. And Needa is out of activations. So red is hopping across the wall. This is Echo's phase 2 squad. They can double move and get in contact. This clone commander cannot do anything to the evaporator next turn since it has to withdraw. Echo phase 2 is now going into base contact with the objective. And now that I'm looking at this end position, wow, he might actually need Rex to go in and not call me captain. Because this arc will not be able to touch. The clone commander can't touch if the Wookiees stay in. Echo can. And then Rex, if Rex hasn't gone, he's going to have to like double move and not shoot to be eligible. So there's actually less clone units that can affect this evaporator than there appear. And now the rebel troopers are coming in to try to be a spoiler. We're almost at the pivotal turn. Hold on to your seats. There are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rebel units in range of protecting that VAP. Rex is going to have to move. He's gonna double move into touching. Okay, that is wise. A wise decision by Matten there. Yeah, this is gonna be the end of 5. Hey, thanks, Decaf. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, so for those of you that didn't see it earlier today, there's now a points ranking system for Yavin-based team league. So it'll be it's sort of like Elo in its own way. It's got like rank decay. Timbo helped me come up with the idea. He basically is follows hockey, probably due to the fact that he's Canadian. So I know there's not. I know some Canadians don't follow hockey, but it's kind of a national sport. Okay, ARC Troopers now putting the squeeze on these Rebel Troopers back here. That should be 2 Rebel Troopers down. There's actually... Is there more arcs to go? I don't think so. That is going to hurt those Rebel Troopers, though. It's going to put 2 wounds on. But basically... Yeah, very casual double crit being rolled there. Basically, we borrowed the points ranking system from the junior hockey league, or what do they call that? IIHF. That's what it's called. The World Juniors. So it's kind of a variation on their system. But it is turn 6. It is Call Me Captain. This clone commander could actually, oh no. So even if the clone commander were to punch the Wookiees here, the Wookiees have 6 health. So the clone commander can't actually punch his way out by himself. He's gonna need help from like this ARC trooper. But I kind of feel like it's tough because these Wookiees, they could withdraw into Rex to shut down Call Me Captain, but that's gonna put a 3rd unit on the Evaporator. That is gonna be tough for those Wooks. But I guess it's good that Matten's going first here. That's gonna be some help for Needa. And Needa playing Assault, putting orders on the most important units, the officer and the 2 Wookiees. Matten back on the clock. 30 minutes of clock time remaining in turn 6. More than enough to accomplish the end of this game. 45 for Needa. Possibly by virtue of him having so much fewer activations to use. Yeah, so this is likely going to be Echo move touch. I see. So Echo moving to block the opposite side of the Evaporator to keep these Rebel units off of it. Smart play there by Matten, bubble wrapping the Evaporator. So now a Rebel unit is going to have to go and engage to try to pull things off. Oh, is this purple Wookiee going to double scale? Nice move. So Wookiee now scale up, move, scale down, make contact with red, and try to pull them off. And he's going to kill a couple models, potentially. Gets 2 surges there. That Wookiee did not have O-Push, so this won't pierce. The clones do lose a miniature. That's actually huge, losing a miniature like that. Yeah, so 3 will snap. He'll lose a miniature. But that's going to open the way for more Rebel units to come in here. We rarely see double scale out of a Wookiee. Alright, now the arcs are going to go in, fire support from Captain Rex, and eliminate this red unit there. Almost certainly enough dice and firepower to kill off this red Rebel Trooper unit. and he blows them away. One crit and several hits, followed up by a reroll. Sorry, this is actually a fives fire support. This is not an arc trooper. So fives fire support. Rebel troopers with light cover. They do make a decent save, but just too many dice. Red rebels are down. There's only a few rebel units that can actually make a difference here anymore. I do think the yellow Wookiees may have charged too early. Charging like that meant they cannot affect the Vaporator. I think if you are Needa here, you should go with your yellow rebel troopers. But I don't know if he can get... I don't think he can get to the Vaporator in one move with the yellow rebel troopers. Right, whoever goes last wins, essentially. And Rex is going to go last.
The name's Rex. But you'll call me Captain or Sir.
Yeah, I think Matten is going to take this down. There's just not enough Acti left to wait Rex out. And that putting that Wookiee in there meant it can't affect the Vaporator anymore. I think that bubble wrap did force the engagement, and that actually put a unit off. And the clone commander punching some Wookiees and dodging, but that could be a moot point. I think Needa just doesn't have enough to do the Vaporator anymore. And that's going to be a good game. Matten is going to take this one. Calling the game. Let's we'll talk to the players in just a minute here, but yeah, that airspeeder snipe almost worked. It was so very close. Unfortunately, I think he gave up way too much for it and had to premise his the rest of his game plan on kind of a faulty assumption that he could hold off a full clone army for that long. That double move from Rex absolutely sealed the game. Hello?
Hi.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good. Let me make sure that the audience can hear you. Hold on just a second. Okay, just try again one more time.
Hi, Atlas.
There we go. Yeah, so Neeta's gonna be a little quiet, everybody, but that's completely okay. Guys, what a game. The wedge snipe of R2D2, and then the clones having to leave their barricades and rush forward to make sure that this evaporator that this evaporator wasn't full at the end of the game, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So the Republic takes the day. Unfortunately, another rebel eliminated.
It was hard. This VAP placement was wrong. I'm realizing now. But
Where would you have put your other one?
well, these are like 13 inches apart, so I could have brought it in
Oh.
another inch, and that would have made a difference.
Oh, I see.
I also should have put this one over here, and I had thought about it because he put his down here first, so I assumed he wasn't going to use this side of the board. But I wanted to have that cover to be sure, and then I mismeasured that at the beginning, so maybe another inch here would have been helpful.
Yeah, that very well could have done it. Because I gotta say, like the game was basically like there were a couple of game-winning moves, right? Moves that absolutely had to happen for the clones to win this game. Like Rex had to double move. Echo had to do the block to force the Wookiee charge and waste another one of the Rebel Acti. And yeah, the only other rebel that could get to the evaporator, like even once these rebels were killed, was the officer. And I think the clone charge, I think the Wookiees charge, I mean that was good in principle, but it's tough, right? Because you're lower on acts, and then you're trading one of your acts for one of his, and that kind of stuff is hard to see like in the thick of things.
Yep. I probably, when these guys were up here, and once R2 died, I probably should have pulled everything back. I think. Just I wasn't going to win this fight at the end of the day. And then getting scoped right here, I thought I was completely safe behind this building. And apparently I wasn't. And I was getting blasted. These were some big shots. I just can't
Yeah,
deal with
Yeah, I like the phase 1 style. Another black die.
yeah, I'm digging that too, man. Like I was actually telling Stream Matten that the phase one specialist with the Z6 is actually like offensively, it's the same as a phase one or phase two Z6 with an additional black dice, and it's
And 2 points
80.
cheaper.
Yeah, it's 89 as opposed to
Yeah.
93, and it does the same thing that Clankers does, but with an extra dice. Like it's basically like it reminds me of Officer Rebel Troopers when that was new. The Officer Rebel Troopers would just slam you with 4 or 5 hits every time they shot. But
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Yeah, so the web was always my backup plan. That's why I was pushing here in the beginning as well in the middle. Because I said I can't wait with R2 until round 3 or 4 to start moving. Maybe I should have moved with R2 in the crater. That would have helped me with 1 die. He would have survived this. But
I mean, I personally
normally,
thought he was dead on the initial snipe.
I thought
yes,
so
but
too.
normally one out of, yeah, that was 5 dice. Yeah, there I
Yeah,
saved 3 there. That was helping.
yeah. Normally, like 1 out of 5 would come in that instance. But yeah, it's a struggle.
I mean, he can't survive my firepower, especially he
No.
just his Wookiees
And
it's not helping him, and he has no snipers to, let's say, thin down my lines. So it was all about killing the airspeeders and still have time to get to his web.
Yeah, for sure. And that's pretty much exactly what we saw here. Well, it's next time you're fighting, you're going to be facing the winner of Stevens versus Doctor Huge.
Yeah,
So
13 act maybe with Stevens.
yeah, maybe 13 acti. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be rough. I think the clones can do it. I think you have the quad take that clankers to blow up some droids.
well,
I
yeah,
hope
he can
I
generate all
hope
kinds
so.
of things.
Yeah, this
That's why I played here clones this time and not rebels, because rebels I'm not feeling good against 13x with rebels right now.
yeah, me
Just
either.
just the double air speeders can do it, but
I like double airspeeder myself, but I feel like a lot of the 13 acti lists are running so much critical. I just have no business bringing them. It's just like
yeah,
ugh. Like that's why I played Barks, because it's like I want to play speeders, but I want like something that actually lives that isn't droids. So let's play Barks instead of air speeders.
yeah, just roll blocks. That's helping.
Basically, just roll
Like
blocks.
like my 5 squad, just one shot with the Wookiees, five clones died.
Yeah, I mean that was a bad save. Let's be frank, but hey,
Yeah,
it
I mean
was.
I hadn't do that many saves this game.
That's
He
true.
was
That's true. It had
more
to
of the
balance
game
out
running
sometime.
away. Yeah,
Well, props, Needa. It was a valiant effort. Unfortunately, the Wookiees have been eliminated, and Tyrone also was eliminated today.
oh,
Some
he
yes,
lost against Eternal,
he
or
he did. It's
Pretty big.
complicated. It's complicated. Apparently, he was disqualified, or I'm not clear if he was disqualified or issued a match loss because he was typing in the stream chat of his own game,
Whoops.
which is kind of a silly way to go out of a tournament. They did play it out. Eternal was all but tabled by the end of it, but it's a game lost for the tournament, so Tyrone is eliminated.
Oh,
This was my understanding.
Painful.
Yeah, so Steven's saying he was not sent to Dairy Queen. He was not disqualified.
Oh.
He only was issued a game loss. So he is out of the tournament for now, but he's welcome to come back next time apparently. But anyway, guys, thanks again. We're gonna close the stream up. We're gonna be back tonight at 8 o'clock with Dixon versus Orcomedes. Thank you for the game, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for streaming. See you.
Thanks.
Bye, Atlas.
Yep. All right, everybody. They did finish the game for ladder, but it was officially a game loss. All right, so I'll pay out everybody with their points, and we'll wrap it up. Go ahead and take a look at this ad for Yavin Base Team League Season 5. While I do that, so Yavin Base Season 5 is coming up. We actually released the rank points today for that, so you can see where you stacked up. If you were ever playing in the league at any point. I think I need to add a link to the front page, but it should be in my Discord or in Legion Discord announcements. No, thank you guys for watching. I super appreciate it. Thank you, Dr.14, for the posture check. I definitely need it. Yeah, yavinbase.blog is my website. Yeah. Let me turn some music on, and then I'll let you guys get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back at 8 o'clock. We'll see y'all later.